Okay, Ms. Lerner, do you believe that the recommendations made by NAPA on how NSF should handle cost proposal analyses and audits goes far enough to fix cost problems that you have found in your audit work of large-scale projects? Oh, your microphone, please.
Thank you. We're pleased that NSF is committed to undertaking one of the 8 actions noted in GAO's cost estimating guide. We're concerned, however, that for the large, high-dollar, high-risk projects, that some of those options, and as GAO notes in the guide itself, are not rigorous enough to provide the information that's necessary. And we would recommend that for the high-dollar, high-risk construction projects, that either a pre-award audit be done or an independent cost estimate be obtained, and that some of the less rigorous options, like a sufficiency review, which was used for the LSST project, not be pursued.
Thank you. And Ms. Heckmann, the IG testified that one issue the NAPA report did not make a recommendation on, but she considers critical, she was talking about in her testimony, is the use of an earned value management system for tracking and measuring project cost and schedule performance. The NAPA report did note the Department of Energy and NASA have well-developed EVM policies in place. Why did this study panel stop short of making a recommendation on using a certified EVM system for projects?
At the time of our review, we understood that the National Science Foundation was in the midst of reviewing its EVM policies and processes and working to standardize the processes and be sure to adopt the standards that are federal standards. What we did in terms of looking at other agencies' practices was point out the promising practices that we felt were transferable rather than really focusing a great deal of time on the EVM. It was clear to us that they were committed to using EVM. What we also felt was important was that their staff, again, getting back to the project management perspective, needed to understand what EVM really is and how to read EVM charts, et cetera, and how to really do the oversight that's necessary for EVM. So the bottom line there is that we saw it as kind of a work in progress, and we were not at a point to really make a recommendation further than we would really need to see what, in fact, they have done.
Okay, thank you. And Doctor, would you like to address that also?
Ms. Heckmann's exactly right. We are in the midst of evaluating all aspects of EVM. I'd go so far to say, though, that it's important, I think, to look at the validation. That certification is one aspect, and we're going to consider that, but the validation is the key because that's where you get the answers. And so, again, and I think the recommendation is well placed, and we're taking it very seriously.
All right, thank you. Ms. Lerner, did you want to add anything to that? Or okay. Thank you, and I will now yield to my colleague, Mr. Lipinski.